Three fights added to Canelo Alvarez vs Edgar Berlanga undercard, including oldest world champion in boxing. Canelo Alvarez's undercard is shaping up nicely. The Mexican superstar is set to defend his WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight titles against Edgar Berlanga on September 14 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Canelo is no longer the undisputed super middleweight champion after being stripped of the IBF belt last month. The IBF made the decision following Canelo's choice to box Berlanga next rather than lesser-known Cuban mandatory challenger William Skull. As a result, the IBF has ordered a vacant world title fight between Skull and Vladimir Shishkin, while Canelo and Berlanga duke it out this summer for 3 of the 4 world titles. Canelo vs Berlanga falls on the same night as UFC 306, so promoter Premier Boxing Champions PBC is making sure the main event is preceded by a strong undercard. The co-feature attraction is a WBA middleweight world title fight between Erislandy Lara and Danny Garcia. Lara was upgraded to full WBA middleweight champion last year after holding the regular belt since 2019 and is the oldest world champion in boxing today at 41 years old. He retained his strap by knocking out Michael Zarafa in March and will defend it for a second time against former 2-weight world champion Garcia, who has been out of the ring since beating Jose Benavidez in July 2022. The next fight added to the bill is a WBA interim super middleweight title fight between Caleb Plant and Trevor Macumbi. Both men were scheduled to square off on August 17 in Orlando, but the fight was postponed after Macumbi suffered a cut over his right eye. Plant is a former IBF super middleweight champion and previously fought Canelo for all 4 major sanctioning body belts at 168 pounds in 2021. Losing via 11th round TKO. Macumbi boasts an impressive unblemished 28-0 record, but hasn't fought anyone of note during his rise. Speaking about the matchup, Plant said, "It feels good to be back. I've had some time away from the ring, but I've used it wisely. I've been in the gym since last June. I've sparred over 220 rounds in the past year and leading up to this fight, so I'm feeling sharper than ever." The third and final fight announced for September 14 is Rolly Romero vs Manuel Jaimes. Romero returns to the ring for the first time since having his WBA super lightweight title snatched away from him by Isaac Cruz in March. His opponent, Jaimes, who is 16-1-1 as a pro, isn't a household name, but does hold a decent win over former Colombian Olympian Jonathan Romero in his last outing.